So, hey guys, today we are going to read the chapter 3, Discomforts Builds Character. The chapter is taken from the self help book Daily Self Discipline. So, let's read the book. It was a partly sunny summer day. I went with my friend to a nearby lake to kayak. The surface was still and the sun shone on us. We rented kayaks and went on our merry way. 30 minutes later, blue skies turned into a dark, menacing dome of clouds. Wind rocked our kayaks. Paddling got more and more difficult as waves formed on the surface of the lake. And then the heavy rain came, soaking us within minutes. With blisters on our figures, we fought our way back. The waves crashed against my kayak and continuously turned it into the wrong direction. My shoulders and hips were tense and exhausted within a few minutes of rapid paddling. And yet, despite what seemed like a nightmarish turn of events, I felt exhilar- I felt exhilarated like a madman. I laughed and grunted to the rhythm of the wild paddling. Even when the waves rocked the kayak so much, I was afraid I would go into the water. I still enjoyed the experience. Even a fresh pink burning blisters on my thumb did not ruin my mood. 15 minutes later, the skies cleared up and the sun shone on us again. We paddled back to the shore, smiling and laughing at the wild experience despite our sore bodies. It has not always been like that for me. I learned how to feel confident despite discomfort and draw pleasure out of it thanks to conscious practice. When I mastered how to appreciate the challenges for what they were, great adventures and opportunities to grow, my life got easier. Indeed, life is easier when you live it the hard way. How comfortable do you feel with discomfort? Have you ever experienced an uncomfortable situation and laughed in spite of it? Do you seek inconvenience or stay as far away from as possible? Discomfort is a part of human nature. For thousands of years, humans lived in dire circumstances, fighting for survival every single day. It is not in spite of the obstacles, but thanks to them that we thrive today. If nature had not tested us, we would not have developed ways to protect ourselves against it. Despite modern convenience, life today is still similar to what it used to be. Any bad things we experience in our daily lives make us stronger and more prepared to deal with similar problems in the future. If you did not scrape your knees as a kind and get yourself a few bruises, how capable of dealing with pain would you be today? Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, three famous proponents of Stoicism, all proposed imposing mild self discomfort to prepare oneself for possible adversity and to develop more appreciation of the things one takes for granted. Professor William B. Irvine writes in his book, A Guide to the A Guide to the Good Life, the ancient art of be the ancient art of stoic joy, that pursuing pleasure, Seneca warns, is like pursuing a wild beast. On being captured, it can turn on us and tear us to pieces, or changing the metaphor a bit, he tells us that intense pleasures, when captured by us, become our captors, meaning that the more pleasures a man captures, the more masters will he have to serve. If you purposefully refuse to serve some of your masters, you will grow more capable of dealing with adversity. Nobody lacks mental toughness when the circumstances are perfect. Your self discipline is only tested during times of adversity. If you make it a regular habit to put yourself in tricky situations, you will be better prepared to deal with them when they happen without your voluntary involvement. Exercise. Get comfortable with cool temperatures. Exposing yourself to cold temperatures is one of the simplest ways to learn how to handle discomfort. The simplest, most insightful experience is taking a 5-minute cold shower. And no, don't just count 5 minutes in your head. Set a stopwatch and don't leave the shower until 5 minutes pass. Don't cheat, turn the knob all the way to cold. The period of 2 months I spent taking two ice cold 5 minutes showers a day was one of the most helpful things I did to increase my mental toughness. The first time I took a cold shower, my entire body was numb. I struggled not to jump out of the shower after the first hit of water. Several showers later, I became more attuned to the feelings of discomfort, discovering that the first 2 minutes were the most difficult. After 2 minutes passed, suddenly things became much easier, and I knew I could stand the cold without the much difficulty. I then applied the same learnings in other aspects of my life, reminding myself that the first step usually test your self discipline the most. If you can handle them, you can handle much more than you think. That's the kind of elation the exercise in these books are for. You can only learn them on your own when you discover exactly when and how you are tempted to give in and what helps you handle discomfort. You will become more capable of dealing with postponed gratification. I won't say you should take cold showers every day. 2 months after I started taking cold showers, I went back to regular hot showers. I learned my lesson. It makes little sense to make yourself miserable on a daily basis to feel you are tough. Another exercise to test your mental toughness is to go out under dressed for the weather. Obviously, you should not do it when you are sick or when you are going to explore the wild outdoors. However, going for a walk once or twice without a jacket, with only a thin sweater, can be a valuable experience for building mental toughness. Just be reasonable about it. We are talking about slight discomfort here, not putting yourself in a situation when you can get forced bite or hypothermia. Exercise. Do without something you need. There are certain things and habits you need in your everyday life to feel comfortable. It can be carrying your smartphones everywhere you go, checking your email 10 minutes a day, drinking coffee first thing in the morning, or sleeping in your warm, comfortable bed. As an example, instead of sleeping in my own bed, I choose to sleep on the balcony of my apartment a few minutes. It is a simple, easy thing most people with balconies and backyard at least can do to experience brief discomfort and stop taking their comfortable bed for granted. What if you are addicted to your smartphone and absolutely cannot leave it at home for the fear of not replying soon enough to messages from your friend? You suggest it, leave it at home for a few hours and observe how you feel without it. Stay with your anxiety and go past it. Nothing bad will happen, and you will only get tougher by getting rid of one of your necessities for a while. Below are a few more examples of doing without something you need. Number one, walk to work instead of driving. In many cities, it is not practical to do, but that's pre- precisely why it's a great self discipline building exercise. Number two, go camping, ideally away from any facilities, so you are forced to wash or do other hygiene related activities without modern convenience. Number three, do a 24-hour email fast. During these 24 hours, don't check your email at all. Don't do it if you are waiting for an important message or can't afford it because your job requires it. That's not the point of this exercise. You can try it when you are on vacation, but still check your email out of habit. Number four, replace your evening in front of the TV with educational reading, non fiction books about skills and goals you would like to achieve. Number five, live like a miser for a week or two. Avoid every single unnecessary expense. Don't buy new food. Eat leftovers, canned food, and all of the bland foods you rarely eat that just sit there in your fridge or pantry. Don't buy any new clothes. Don't spend money on any kind of entertainment. Pretend you don't have any money to spend. You can take it further by learning how to live with less. Each time you want to make a purchase, ask yourself whether it is something you absolutely need. If not, chances are you will regret the purchase and add more clutter to your life. Without any benefits, if you are not absolutely sure a purchase will bring long term value in your life, have the discipline to escape it.